I'm really grateful, and I've talked to some of my members, the ones I could catch, about the two judges you mentioned, and I'd like to actually more speak personally. Judge Qureshi, I have not known that long, but I interviewed him at length, and I think that you talked about his career in the United States military, his career as a magistrate judge. I just think it's incredible. He's extraordinarily talented, but I really enjoyed the questioning on both sides when he was here before us. He will make American history and be our first Article III judge that is also Muslim. And this is a cherished ideal on both sides of this committee, this idea of religious freedom, and that we are a country that celebrates that ideal. It was such a sacrosanct ideal and principle that our founders put that into the Constitution. But here we are, generations and generations later, and this will be a real moment of breakthrough of a person who has shown their patriotism. And I really appreciated during the hearing, you brought up difficult things that are often, Mr. Chairman, I really appreciate you just hit him hard with, ideas of Sharia law and all the things that could be said. And I loved his raw, naked patriotism and loyalty to this country that he displayed in his response. So I'm excited about us making history today. Should we vote him out of committee, he is I find him to be an extraordinary soul. But Mr. President, I don't know how much personal capital I've built on both sides of the aisle. I have good friends in the Senate that I've been able to work with. Senator Grassley, some of my proudest moments in the Senate have been working with you. Senator Cornyn and I actually have a record of getting things done and supporting bills. I'm getting to know Senator Hawley better over these years. Senator Tillis and I have had a chance to work together in this committee on things I'm proud of as well. But I just want to be very personal with my friends on the other side of the aisle about Judge Niels and who he is, and some of my experiences, in hopes that my friends will hear my heart as well as my words. So Judge Niels is one of these individuals that I met when I was taking on an incredible challenge. I don't know how much you all know about Newark, New Jersey, but I was the first mayor in generations not to be indicted. It's a very low bar. Thank you very much. It's an achievement. I expected applause to break out. But going back, I think about 50 years, the first one not to be indicted. We were coming in trying to take over a lot of challenges in an institution that was bankrupt, that was, I tell you, when I got in there, I still remember every official came to me and said just things you wouldn't think of, like my police director comes in and says, the members of your gang task force by union agreement work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. The problem, Mr. Mayor, is that gangs don't work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And the absurdities that we found, the gross waste of money, the theft, abuse, the challenges that we were facing were extraordinary. And Judge Niels at that time was a private lawyer. And some of my friends said, you need to get private sector experienced people to help you clean up various departments. And so I brought Judge Niels in to clean up our court system, which is the busiest court system in America. And he changed that institution so profoundly, from the times people had to wait, how they were treated, the culture of the institution, and then started setting records. The first community court in the state of New Jersey, first youth court, first veterans court in the state of New Jersey. He did such an extraordinary job. I said, I need you in my corp counsel office, and he came in and transformed that. And then when we were in the grips of the recession, I had to promote him to run the city, to be the business manager of the city of Newark. Now, I don't know if many of you know my journey to being a United States Senator. The challenge I had was more in my primary than it was in my general election, because I was running against sitting Congress people and others who said I was too conservative. And some of you all need to understand where that comes from. Chris Christie's my friend. He and I worked together. And Julian Niels worked with him to do things that I challenge anybody of the 100 of us to show me another person who ran something as a governor, as a county executive like Chris Coons, that cut government more than Julian Niels and I had to do. 25% of our government we cut. It was painful, laying off a quarter of our employees in that building, making departments work. But Julian Niels found ways to get more efficiency out of departments that were often cut in half to have them perform even better with less. We reached out for partnerships. We didn't care whether you were right or left. Could you help us fix stuff? We partnered with the Manhattan Institute. I could go through the folks that came to Newark, and we would always say there's, quote, Fiorello LaGuardia, there's no Republican or Democratic way to fix a pothole. We've got problems, we have to fix them, and Julian Neals made the city run at a level of efficiency and effectiveness that had never been seen in generations in the city. When I left, he got promoted up to the biggest county, most populous county in our state, over 1 million people, and is now doing that job for Bergen County, New Jersey, which is the county of my birth. And so I just want to say I've known this guy for 20 years. I've sat in the most fierce negotiations with him, and I've often been stunned when I tend to get sometimes emotional. I know you guys haven't seen that. He has this cool about him, this demeanor that I always said, you should sit on the bench because you have this ability to see everybody's side of an argument, cool my passions with logic, common sense, and a objective view of facts. And that's how we made it through crisis after crisis in Newark, from the violent crime rates that were spiking to a global recession and to even Hurricane Sandy. It was this person who remained cool, objective, and helped us manage. And so I just say it's a New Jersey district judge position, and it is, amidst New Jersey being in a judicial crisis, this is a guy, I'm confident that all of us, if you knew him as well as I did, you would want him to be sitting in a district court seat because he does not see party, he does not see people as anything but the humanity in them. And I celebrate him, what he did for me in the most difficult days of leadership I've ever faced. So I've spoken too long, sir, but I'm grateful to my friends for taking some time to listen to me in my appeal.